The Taiwan Strait, a narrow body of water separating mainland China and the island of Taiwan, represents one of the most sensitive geopolitical hotspots in the world. The unresolved status of Taiwan, claimed by China but self-governed for over 7 decades, has the potential to spark a conflict with global ramifications. The future of Taiwan is not just a regional concern, it is a global one. Any conflict in the Taiwan Strait would have devastating consequences for the region and the world. Taiwan is a vibrant democracy and a major economic power. A conflict would have a significant impact on the global economy. China's increasing assertiveness towards Taiwan is seen by many as a challenge to the rules-based international system. To understand the roots of the China-Taiwan conflict, we must delve into history. China's relationship with Taiwan stretches back centuries. In the 17th century, the Qing dynasty conquered Taiwan, incorporating it into its empire. However, this rule was short-lived. In 1895, following the First Sino-Japanese War, Japan annexed Taiwan, ending over 2 centuries of Chinese rule. Taiwan remained under Japanese control for 50 years, experiencing rapid modernization and industrialization. This period left a lasting impact on Taiwanese society, shaping its distinct identity. After World War II, Japan relinquished control of Taiwan. In 1945, the Republic of China, ROC, led by the Chinese Nationalist Party, Kuomintang or KMT, assumed control of Taiwan. However, the Chinese Civil War between the KMT and the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, was still raging on the mainland. In 1949, the CCP emerged victorious, establishing the People's Republic of China, PRC. The defeated KMT forces led by Chiang Kai-shek fled to Taiwan, marking the beginning of the separation. The Chinese Civil War's end did not resolve the status of Taiwan. Both the PRC and the ROC in Taiwan claimed to be the legitimate government of all of China, including Taiwan. This led to a state of political and military tension across the Taiwan Strait. The two sides engaged in sporadic military skirmishes, most notably the 1954 to 1955 and 1958 Taiwan Strait crises. Despite the tensions, both sides focused on consolidating their power and rebuilding their economies. The PRC under Mao Zedong's leadership implemented communist policies, while the ROC in Taiwan, under Chiang Kai-shek's authoritarian rule, pursued economic development and modernization. The international community was divided on the issue of Taiwan's status. Most countries recognized the PRC, but the United States continued to support the ROC as the legitimate government of China. In 1971, the United Nations General Assembly passed Resolution 2758, recognizing the PRC as the only lawful representative of China to the United Nations, and removing the ROC's representation. This was a major diplomatic victory for the PRC and a setback for the ROC. Following the UN's recognition of the PRC, the international community largely adopted the One China policy. This policy acknowledges the PRC's position that there is only one sovereign state called China, encompassing both the mainland and Taiwan. However, it does not necessarily endorse the PRC's claim of sovereignty over Taiwan. This ambiguity has allowed countries to maintain unofficial relations with Taiwan. China has proposed the One Country, Two Systems framework as a model for reunification with Taiwan. This framework, first implemented in Hong Kong after its return to China in 1997, allows for a high degree of autonomy under Chinese sovereignty. However, Taiwan has consistently rejected this proposal, viewing it as an attempt to undermine its sovereignty and democracy. The Taiwanese people have developed a strong sense of separate identity over the decades. The island has transitioned into a vibrant democracy with free and fair elections. Most Taiwanese people do not identify as Chinese and oppose unification with the PRC under the One Country, Two Systems framework. They value their democratic way of life and freedoms, which they fear would be eroded under Chinese rule. Section 5. Global players, the United States, Japan, and the region. The U.S. has played a pivotal role in the Taiwan Strait since Witu. The U.S. adopted the One China policy, acknowledging the PRC's claim over Taiwan. The U.S. provides Taiwan with military support to deter China. Japan, a key U.S. ally, also plays a significant role in the Taiwan issue. Japan has expressed concerns over China's military activities near Taiwan. ASEAN countries have economic ties with both China and Taiwan, and call for dialogue. Taiwan's strategic importance. Taiwan holds immense economic significance, complicating the dynamics at play. Taiwan's economy has flourished, becoming a technological powerhouse. It is a global leader in semiconductors, crucial for the global supply chain. Taiwan's role in the global economy adds complexity to the situation. Taiwan's strategic location amplifies its importance. It sits astride vital shipping lanes crucial for global trade. Control over Taiwan gives China a strategic advantage in the region. Taiwan is a focal point in the US-China geopolitical competition. Section 7. Military tensions, the risk of miscalculation. The military balance across the Taiwan Strait has shifted significantly in recent years. China has rapidly modernized its military, investing heavily in advanced weaponry and technology. This military buildup has raised concerns among Taiwan and its international partners about China's intentions and its willingness to use force to achieve its goals. China has conducted increasingly assertive military exercises near Taiwan, including sending warships and aircraft across the median line of the Taiwan Strait, which has long served as an unofficial buffer zone. These actions are seen as a way to intimidate Taiwan and signal China's resolve to prevent any moves towards formal independence. Taiwan, while significantly outmatched militarily by China, has been bolstering its defenses, focusing on asymmetric warfare capabilities and strengthening its reserve forces. Taiwan's goal is to deter any potential Chinese aggression by making any attempt to take the island by force as costly and difficult as possible. The risk of miscalculation is a constant concern in the Taiwan Strait. With heightened military activities and tensions, there is always a possibility that an accident or misunderstanding could escalate into a wider conflict. This underscores the need for clear communication channels and crisis management mechanisms to prevent unintended escalation. Section 8. Dialogue and Diplomacy, Pathways to Peace. Despite the challenges and tensions, the pursuit of peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait remains paramount. Dialogue and diplomacy are essential to managing differences, reducing tensions, and finding peaceful solutions. While there are deep-seated disagreements and mistrust between China and Taiwan, there is a need for both sides to engage in constructive dialogue to prevent the situation from spiraling out of control. Confidence-building measures can play a crucial role in easing tensions. These could include reducing military activities near the median line, resuming cross-strait dialogue mechanisms, and expanding economic and cultural exchanges. By fostering greater understanding and trust, these measures can create a more conducive environment for addressing the underlying political issues. International cooperation is also essential for maintaining peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait. The United States, Japan, and other stakeholders have a responsibility to encourage dialogue, discourage unilateral actions, and work together to manage potential crises. A coordinated international approach can help deter conflict and create incentives for peaceful resolution. Section 9. The Future of Taiwan, Challenges and Opportunities. The future of Taiwan remains uncertain, but one thing is clear: the status quo is unsustainable in the long run. The growing disparity in military power, China's increasing assertiveness, and the lack of a political solution create a volatile situation that could escalate at any time. Taiwan faces significant challenges in navigating this complex geopolitical landscape. It must balance its desire to maintain its de facto independence and democratic way of life with the need to avoid provoking China. Taiwan must also find ways to strengthen its international partnerships and garner support for its position. Despite the challenges, there are also opportunities for Taiwan. The island's economic importance, technological prowess, and democratic values give it leverage in the international arena. Taiwan can leverage these strengths to deepen its partnerships with like-minded countries and make a case for its continued existence as a free and democratic society. Section 10. Conclusion: a shared responsibility. The Taiwan issue is not just a matter for China and Taiwan to resolve, it is a global concern that requires a collective response. The potential for conflict in the Taiwan Strait poses a significant threat to regional and global security, with far-reaching economic and geopolitical consequences. All stakeholders have a responsibility to act responsibly and avoid actions that could escalate tensions. Dialogue, diplomacy, and a commitment to peaceful resolution are essential to prevent a crisis that would have devastating consequences for all involved. The international community must work together to uphold the rules-based international order, support peaceful resolution of disputes, and deter any use of force. The future of Taiwan is not predetermined, it is a choice that will be shaped by the actions of all those involved. Section 11. A question for our time: can peace prevail? The China-Taiwan conflict presents a profound question for our time. Can we find a way to peacefully coexist in a world with differing political systems, ideologies, and aspirations? The answer to this question has implications not just for China and Taiwan, but for the future of international relations and the global order. The path forward is fraught with challenges, but the pursuit of peace must remain the ultimate goal. Through dialogue, diplomacy, and a shared commitment to avoiding conflict, we can create a future where China and Taiwan can coexist peacefully, and where the people of Taiwan can determine their own destiny free from coercion. Can peace prevail? The answer lies in the choices we make today.